Welcome to Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani, live only on NTV Houston. Thank you so much for joining us. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. Hove. That's right, I just said HOV, not the high occupancy vehicle lane, but the husband to Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. HOV, Jay-Z is in the studio. What do you mean? Beyonce forgot. Then get Travis Scott. He's launching his Happy Meal at a Biden party? What are you talking about? And who do we have? Who am I interviewing? A fitness trainer? I don't work out. Are you calling me fat? I don't care if we're live. Welcome back to NTV Houston, live here on NTV. Wow, late night vibes on NTV Houston. Crazy chaos happens live all the time, but pretty happy to be here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Like I said, it's been a lifelong dream of mine. I've been saying that on the air, off the air, all over, everywhere I've been going. Past couple of weeks have been amazing, transitioning back to this beautiful city of Houston, Texas, my hometown. And NTV has really been my Willy Wonka. You're probably wondering why Willy Wonka, the candy maker, the candy factory? Well, Willy Wonka had this golden ticket, and therefore they became my golden ticket giver and brought me back to my hometown. So again, thank you all so much for joining us. This is going to be an amazing staple for a late night television. And again, inspired by the amazing shows I grew up watching. Dave Letterman, Jay Leno, Jon Stewart, all the late greats, late night legends. I hope to make them proud and to have our own amazing time here on Late Night Vibes. And I could not be more excited because if you think about it, it's been 30 years since I've been in this country, right? I came when I was 2 years old with my mother. I had no options because, again, I was just a kiddo. So rest in peace, Mom. I love you. But this is the story. We came in and didn't speak a lick of English. So to be here in front of you fine folks 30 years later, speaking in my now native tongue of English is such an amazing feeling. Right when I started school as a kid, they put me in ESL, which is, of course, to all of those immigrant families out there knowing this, stands for English as a Second Language. I did not learn ESL. I did not pass it, the first year, because rather than learning English, I learned Gujarati. And you're probably wondering, how did I learn Gujarati in ESL? Because, well, whenever my mom would come home after a long day, being a single mom, working her tail off, I was taken care of by my grandparents, and once they started speaking in Gujarati, I needed a place to hide because I knew I was in trouble, and out of that fear of adults speaking in a different language, you kind of start to pick up and learn it quickly, and you just run for your life. Second year, same thing, but this time around, rather than Gujarati and English, I learned Sindhi. Because my godmother moved to America, and being a doctor in school, speaking Sindhi. At home, same thing. My mom would come home. Once they started speaking Sindhi, I had to just bhag. Bhag just means run, right? And so just know that it was a lot of running involved, and you couldn't believe it because I was just such a chunky monkey kid growing up, right? And as Desi or South Asian families called chunky kids, chubby kids, or husky kids, healthy kids. See how it doesn't make sense, right? How is a healthy kid, fat? Well, because when you're a skinny kid, you're just a kid. And if you're a chunky monkey, you are healthy. Oh, he's not healthy, he's a healthy boy. So, yeah, I was known as the healthy boy, but I ran pretty fast when I learned all these different languages. By the third year of ESL, I'm telling you right now, my teachers are so fed up with me. They're like, either you learn this year or we're holding you back. And I'm like, oh my God. Because up until that point, honestly, we spoke such broken English that America was pronounced in our family America. And you're probably wondering, yeah, that sounds about right. We went a step further by calling Houston, Houston. Oh, where are you now? I moved to Houston. Really? In America. Exactly. So by the third year, I lost all of that in that fear of being held back, saying, you know what? I'm learning English. So rather than saying America or America, I said it the way that true Americans say it, America. There you go. Got an apostrophe M in the beginning. And yeah, that's how it goes. But honestly, like I said, it's very exciting to be here in front of you fine folks and be able to talk about my story, my journey. And people are probably wondering, where's this guy from, origins-wise? I was born in Hyderabad, and I specifically never say India or Pakistan because there's one in each. And so whenever I was in the tech industry, I would introduce myself, oh, I'm Anil Sohani, blah, blah, blah. All the Indians on the projects, because of course, let's face it, Indians run all of the tech world, right? So, shout out to the owner of Google. I forget his name, but he's Indian, so I win. So anyways, they would get so excited saying, oh, and Anil Sohani's joining the project. They're like, oh, wonderful, yeah, where are you from? What's going on? I'd say Hyderabad, and they get so excited. And out of nowhere, when I would clarify, oh, no, I meant Hyderabad, Sindh in Pakistan. The look of sadness that rushes their face was just Hallmark moment, really. They would have that one tear that would come down their face as if I just told them that, I just turned this whole country into a landfill, and, Native Americans, how they view landfills, that single tear is the same single tear that came on my Indian project managers when I told them I'm from Pakistan. 5 minutes into the conversation, they realized, at the end of the day, roti is roti. We like our rotis round. Pakistanis, Indians, everyone. And for people out there wondering what a roti is, it's a tortilla. We're so close to the border right now of Mexico and Texas that I got to specify, to our Spanish-speaking audience. So, yo soy un Tejano Stani. There we go. That just said that I'm a Texan, but also of the Stanis, like Hindustan and Pakistan. My grandparents were Indian, so, Jai Hind to everybody, and, what is that? Pakistan Zindabad as well. I'm all about the world peace, so let's bring everybody together around a nice table and turn this melting pot we call the planet or this human race into a melting potluck. And really what that really means is everyone can bring something to the table, good, bad, or ugly. I'd say focus on the good. Bring the good, talk about, the funny things, because again, laughter is the greatest medicine, and that's what I want to do here for you fine folks throughout this segment and beyond. And always give you guys a little bit of something from my life, my culture, and see, where that may just fit in your life. And we can grow together. So we eat together, we grow together. There's so many ways for us to learn and live a happier existence with each other if we just learn to laugh. So all about finding the laughter and the silver lining in anything in life. That's what you're going to see and hear here on Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani. And I got to say, this past 2 years almost, I've been in radio for, about 500 plus hours, radio and podcasts internationally. And I felt like it got me ready for this stage right here, this particular stage with this brick wall behind me and these amazing colors and this coffee mug with water in it. I'm joking. But either way, I'm pretty pumped. And hopefully we can have a great time together, especially when we have a very special guest in the studio in just a little bit. The goal was to get, of course, Jay-Z, a.k.a. Hove, Hove, that's right, this is the HOV sign for Rockefeller. But I got somebody even more cooler. Going to have Jay Sutaria in the studios just a bit from Sutaria Training and Fitness. And I'm talking about the big names he's trained. Dwight Howard, a former Houston Rocket, now world champion with the Los Angeles Lakers, and so many others. DJ Augustine, hopefully I now pronounced that name right. He's going to kill me either way if I didn't. But other than that, we're going to talk about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness here in this amazing broadcast called Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani. I'm going to keep reminding you guys over and over, and it's all about consistency, right? So the more you hear the title LNV or Late Night Vibes, you're going to always remember this beautiful face. This beautiful bearded face right here is going to be in your mind. And just imagine this being the birth of something new, a late night show being birthed right in front of you with a bearded baby, right? And it's perfect because I'm a very advanced baby because I don't need a bib. I have a beard. So, people with beards know what I'm talking about. Whenever you eat something, you got a little snack left over, and it's always a fun time. So this is also another reason I remained a healthy kid, even though I had that big weight loss 10 years ago, and it's just been so roller coaster. But I've held on for the ride, and hopefully y'all will too from here onward, and see how we grow. And hopefully not physically, because I think I'm done physically growing. Life-wise, my trajectory in life is just going higher and higher, and it's all about the positive vibes and the people around you. I proposed to my girlfriend over the weekend, so this week could not get any better, and hopefully, I'm sure it will, because the universe is an amazing thing, and it's all about mirrors. The more you do good in the world, the more you help others do good and help others see the positivity in life. Trust me, positive things will come your way, and that's what I've noticed. And I don't want to be here lecturing you guys about any kind of hope or positive thing. I'm not some sort of pastor of some sort. I'm just a bearded guy with a funny smile and some glasses. And some people call it funny here. Other people call it very provocative. I got a little man bun here. Or now what we call it is my girlfriend, or now my fiance, calls it a pony, which doesn't sound that tough, but it's a tough thing, okay? It's tough. It's a top knot. That's right. Anyways, we're going to go through life together, and hopefully you guys will join us on this segment and beyond. And I got all these notes over here. You're probably wondering, your first show, your pilot show, what are you going to talk about? Well, I'm just going to talk about diversity and learning from each other and our human experiences. Because at the end of the day, beyond any ethnicities, races, religions, all of these things, politics aside, literally, we are all just one human race. And the more we can learn together, the more we can earn together, the more we can grow and beyond. So sit tight, hopefully you enjoy the rest of the show. And I know you will, because it's yours truly, Anil Sohani, here on Late Night Vibes on NTV Houston. We'll be back. Sit tight.
Stafford is a strong and diverse community, seeking a strong and diverse leader.
Stafford is in desperate need of professional, new leadership.
AJ Honore is a leader who is innovative, a leader who is creative, and a leader who is all about the people of Stafford.
I know he cares about Stafford because he dedicates his time and his effort, and he's done his research and homework about how to make our city better.
I will always work for the interests of the human soul of every person in Stafford.
Vote for AJ Honore in the runoff elections as your next mayor.
During the season's best sales event, Ron Carter Cadillac delivers 0% APR for 72 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on all 2020 XT4, XT5, and XT6. Or drive 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection only $299 a month. 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection just $369 a month. And first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection just $399 a month. All for 39-month lease with just $1 down.
RonCarterCadillac.com. Saeed Ajmal Garments and Sports. Ladies or gents dresses की casual और a formal variety. Exclusive और best designs. Shoes में कोल्हापुरी, खुद से और पेशावरी चप्पल. Saeed Ajmal Garments and Sports. साथ ही स्पोर्ट्स गियर में क्रिकेट बैट्स, स्पोर्ट्स किट्स और इंडोर गेम्स. The first and only Saeed Ajmal outlet in the United States. Located near Highway 59 and Hillcroft at 6664 Southwest Freeway. For more, call us at 832-406-5298.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Sohani on NTV Houston. Very special guest in the studio, first time in a very long time, and first time, of course, on NTV Houston's Late Night Vibes. This guy needs no introduction. He is, to me, Mr. Houston, pro athlete trainer, father, husband, CEO of STF Houston, the Sutaria that sews it all together, none other than Jay Sutaria. Come on down.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to see you again. Well, it's good seeing you live, I guess.
Live.
Last time I saw you was virtually, right, with the radio show.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is the first time we're doing a face-to-face live here in the studios. Pretty pumped. How have you been? What's going on? What's happening? How's your 2020? Did lightning hit just strike twice this year that we're doing a show 2 times in 1 year?
Or business is that bad that we have to do it twice.
You never know.
No, things have been good, man. It's I feel bad saying that, right, because of COVID. I mean, as a business owner, you have a lot of businesses that haven't done well during this time. And so we've been blessed that COVID the whole pandemic, it fed right into our business model and allowed us to continue operating in the same sense that we opened a business with, which was one-on-one and focused on, treating people with a lot of privacy, and that's what I'm big on, and not having large groups of people, which it's exactly what we want to avoid during the pandemic, right?
True. For those of you that don't know, when I mean pro athlete training, we're talking about some big names from the NBA, NFL, MLB, and all over. So, we're talking to somebody here who's actually trained world champions. Speaking of world champions, we got one particular person, Dwight Howard, former Houston Rocket, went off with the Lakers eventually and won himself a world championship ring. Tell me about your experience with Dwight Howard, because, a few months ago when we did our first interview, we talked about your experience thus far. And so since then, for him to come and get to a world champion state, it must be pretty exciting.
Man, so Dwight's like a brother to me, right? So when he won that championship, everything that we talked about, going back to 2015 and how he wanted to win, he wanted to be with the organization that valued him, it all came back full circle. And so obviously I was pumped for probably maybe just as pumped as he was for him winning that championship, just because it brought back so many memories, and I know how hard he's worked to get to that point. I don't take any credit in him becoming a champion. I take credit in him being healthy to a certain extent, and that's about it. That's where I draw the line.
Wow, man, I gotta say, when we last discussed it, it was interesting because we got some pictures of Dwight as well, training hard in the facility of STF Houston. As you can see, checking it out here, and now this one as well. And yeah, look at that. That's insane right there. It's exciting to see that someone from Houston, that went off and became a world champion, and you're working alongside him, and to call him a brother, that's a big deal, right? So, with that, you did do something with him in Dubai as well, right? So you guys went off on a different, route with him, and so what was that like as well?
So a lot of guys, and that's it, superstars in the league, they want to hire their own strength coach, physical therapist, basketball trainer. They try to do things for one reason or another away from the team. Right? Not saying that it's a disrespectful thing. They want the extra attention that somebody that they hire can provide.
Sure.
And so the way it all started was I approached him he was handing out cupcakes at it was Nothing But Cakes or Crave or one of those places. And it was on a random Thursday morning, right? And I looked at my schedule and I said, I don't have anything to do today. I said, I might as well go and try to get in front of him, because he was coming off of a pretty public knee injury that he had in the playoffs the year before.
Yes.
So, that's what I do. Like, knees are my thing, right? So
knees are your thing.
Knees are my. I fix knees and backs. Like, that's what I'm really, really good at, and I'll accept that, right? That's what I do.
That's awesome.
So I went to the cupcake shop, and I took a company shirt with me, and I waited in line for probably 3 hours.
3 hours to get cupcakes from Dwight Howard.
I didn't even eat any cupcakes. I didn't even ask him for a cupcake, because when my time came, I looked at him dead in the face. I said, I can help you with your knee. And just like that. And he said, there's my manager sitting over there. Get his information. He'll reach out to you. Let's work. And I gave him a shirt off my shoulder, and he took out a Sharpie to sign it.
Yep.
I said, Dwight, this shirt is for you. I don't want a signature. And from that point on, I think it was maybe a month later, his manager reached out to me and said, hey, make things quick. Big fella wants to take you to, it was Vegas and Miami.
Miami.
Sorry, opposite order. Miami, then Vegas.
Wow.
If you like what you're doing, then he's talking about Dubai and China. So traveled to Miami, straight from Miami to Vegas for Team USA basketball. And we were sitting in his hotel suite in Vegas, and he brought out his credit card and his laptop. He said, this is what flight we're on to Dubai. We'll go home tomorrow, fly out the next day.
Wow, that's it.
Well, it wasn't it. I looked at him and I said, you said first class, right? You got short legs, you'll be all right. So, that's how that went down.
So, when you walked up to him, it's funny that you brought that up. You gave him the shirt. For a second, the way you were saying it, I thought you were saying you gave him the shirt off your back or something.
Took off my own. Yeah. No, nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's crazy too. One thing about this show is it's supposed to be a comedy show, right? So in between the serious questions about real life experiences that we discuss from different angles and different perspectives, I like to have a little fun and play some Would You Rather.
There we go.
Would you indulge me in this game?
I have to.
You have to. You have to. I got you mic'd up. You can't go anywhere. Forget about it.
This one.
So this is a little Would You Rather time. Would you rather every shirt, because you talked about shirts, every shirt you ever wear be kind of itchy, or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper?
Ooh. I'm going one-ply toilet
What?
paper.
Oh,
You can always wash your hands
yeah, that's true.
like 10 times.
That's true.
Right.
Desi's probably have a bidet, or what is it called?
You gotta have a bidet.
Do you have a bidet?
You
by the
gotta
way?
have a bidet.
Do you really, as a Desi, like
Listen, not just a bidet. I got the heated toilet seat.
heated toilet seat?
Heated water. If you're gonna do it right.
And so for the Desis out there watching, Desis are people of the dish, South Asian descent. Bidet is a lota, right? So it sounds terrible to say that out loud live on camera, but it's funny. It's true.
It's true. It's
But
not lying.
heated seats, that's another level right there. That's
I spoiled myself on that one.
that's world championship level. That's championship level right there.
The worst feeling. So, would you rather, right? To me, if you ask, would I rather sit on a cold toilet seat or something else? Cold toilet seat loses every time. That's what I'm not doing.
That's what's up, man. And it's interesting because you being a millennial, being a husband, being a father, and being able to, sew together everything from, your aspect of life of, making an income to family and friends and your passions, your, sports and fitness, right? To sew it all together. I keep emphasizing on the word sew. It's fascinating. And also, on top of that, you have your kiddo. You got a 2.5-year-old son, right?
Yeah, Cairo.
And there's that video we got right here of Dwight Howard and his son Kyro,
yeah.
Kyro. I was thinking about the EDM DJ.
No, this is it's in Waco when I trained Dwight this year.
Oh, really? Yeah, I saw him with the Lakers paraphernalia on.
Yeah,
so check this little video out of Dwight Howard training with Kyro Sutaria. Sure, you really, again, sewed together the passion, and to see that's such an amazing, exciting moment right there. So, being a millennial father and being able to do all this, kudos to you, by the way.
Thank you.
But I think I said the word "sew" quite a bit already.
Yeah, one too many times.
Too many times, probably, right? So people are probably wondering, what does Sutaria even mean, and why am I connecting it? But Sutaria really means
a tailor. That's
tailor.
Sews clothes. Yeah.
There you go. So to sew everything together is just exciting. And so my curiosity is really, as a father, how have you been able to sew it all together? Because again, you got so much going on, right? You're working with these athletes. You got your family, you got your kiddo, and your passions. You're trying to stay sane during this pandemic period. So how do you make it work?
Well, so it's funny, when we were younger, still my wife and I, this was pre-Cairo, right? She got laid off of her job. So she was an HR manager. The company went bankrupt. She got laid off. And she was looking for work. And I looked at her and I said, do you want to work? And she said, well, I have to. And I said, not necessarily. If you are okay with me working longer hours, I can take this business to a whole nother level. And at the time I was working with most of my clientele was stay-at-home moms.
Whoa. So you're helping stay-at-home moms with their knees and their backs? This is a joke on its own, because this is something, it sounds kind of my neck, my back. And I'm like, where are you going with this? So people who know.
No, yeah, if you know, you know. No, so I saw these moms, they were always there for their kids. Every conversation that we had during the training session was centered around their children.
True.
And I wanted that for the child that I didn't even have yet. So I said, if you don't want to work, I can take this to the next level. And it just so happened to work out that the business grew, right? I put in longer hours. We kind of did things the right way. And then we started talking about having a kid, and she has not had to work in an office. Probably for the past 4 years or so.
That's amazing. There you go. So, it's fascinating because, in our millennial culture, it's been the opposite. Like I'm seeing a lot more, like myself as well. Like I recently popped a question.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's a big deal. But to see two income households, and that's how it's been kind of going on lately. To be able to take on the journey and just kind of take it on your shoulders. That's a really big task. So kudos to you. And
thank you, man. I mean, if you're passionate about it, it's going to work out. That's what I tell everybody. It doesn't matter if you're an artist, if you're on television, if you're a trainer, if you have a passion for something, and you put the hours in, eventually it will pay off.
Tell me about it, man. Last time we were on radio together, past year and a half, I've put like 500 plus hours of content creation just on radio.
Yeah.
And Willy Wonka, aka NTV Houston, has been my golden ticket to be back here. So I wholeheartedly agree, and I concur in consistency is key. I wholeheartedly agree. Straight up.
Absolutely.
So I got another would you rather before we take a little break. We're going to take a little break, but before we do, I got a would you rather. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? The simplest it could be like, yesterday I had a cheese sandwich. So you got a tattoo that says cheese sandwich on your neck, versus you changing color every time you're upset or changing of emotions.
Well, first of all, where did you get these? Who thought of these? Second, I would let my skin change color.
Really?
People that know me will tell you that you're gonna know how I feel anyways. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and so
you wear them all over your body then.
My skin tone, I guess. Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Man, I'll be honest. If you ask me, as a comedy perspective, I probably would have done the latter. Meaning, like honestly, if I had hummus yesterday for lunch, how funny would it be? Did you see that guy? That guy's insane. Every day he gets a new tattoo of like something he ate the day before. Wow, that's next level fat gangster right there.
As a trainer, you don't know what I eat.
What do you eat?
No, just know I don't eat bad.
Yeah, right? Obviously.
I don't eat bad. I don't eat the cleanest, right? Because I'm one of those guys that I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna enjoy my life. But one of my clients, DJ Augustine, I can't tell you I'm the worst eating trainer that he knows.
Wow, DJ Augustine.
No, he's a terrible person. No,
he's a terrible.
We don't listen to anything he says.
DJ Augustine being a terrible person is where we're gonna take a little break. When we come back, we got more on Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani, only on NTV Houston. Sit tight. We got Jay Sutaria from Sutaria Training and Fitness Houston in the studios. We'll be back.
Stafford is a strong and diverse community, seeking a strong and diverse leader.
Stafford is in desperate need of professional, new leadership.
AJ Honore is a leader who is innovative, a leader who is creative, and a leader who is all about the people of Stafford.
I know he cares about Stafford because he dedicates his time and his effort, and he's done his research and homework about how to make our city better.
I will always work for the interests of the human soul of every person in Stafford.
Vote for AJ Honore in the runoff elections as your next mayor.
During the season's best sales event, Ron Carter Cadillac delivers 0% APR for 72 months plus $2,500 bonus cash on all 2020 XT4, XT5, and XT6. Or drive 2020 XT4 Luxury Collection only $299 a month. 2020 XT5 Premium Luxury Collection just $369 a month. And first ever 2020 XT6 Premium Luxury Collection just $399 a month. All for 39-month lease with just $1 down.
RonCarterCadillac.com.
Saeed Ajmal Garments and Sports. Ladies or gents dresses की casual और a formal variety. Exclusive और best designs. Shoes में कोल्हापुरी, खुद से और पेशावरी चप्पल. Saeed Ajmal Garments and Sports. साथ ही स्पोर्ट्स गियर में क्रिकेट बैट्स, स्पोर्ट्स किट्स और इंडोर गेम्स. The first and only Saeed Ajmal outlet in the United States. Located near Highway 59 and Hillcroft at 6664 Southwest Freeway. For more, call us at 832-406-5298.
When it comes to protecting yourself and your partners, all the information out there can be overwhelming. Visit our website. We are a free and confidential service striving to help you stay informed and stay notified. We are committed to a healthy Houston.
Welcome back to Late Night Vibes with Anil Suhani on NTV Houston. We have our very special guest, Jay Sutaria from Sutaria Training and Fitness, Houston, STF Houston. I like saying that way because it just sounds like I'm saying STFU, like shut the front uppercut.
We're gonna put that on a shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna put that on a shirt. So STF Houston, man, that's some crazy stuff. So last week, left off, DJ Augustine is a terrible person. Did you say horrible or terrible?
Both.
Both.
It doesn't matter what you say, but it's not Augustine, it's Augustine. So
DJ Augustine.
Augustine, he'll be upset about that.
Okay. DJ Augustine, he'll be upset about me mispronouncing his name. And
no, he'll be upset. No, he never gets upset with anybody but me.
Okay.
So he will be upset with me for not correcting you.
Okay. Oh, well then. There you go. So so tell me about your relationship with DJ, by the way.
Oh, he's great. I mean, this is our relationship. We joke. We joke with each other all day. I traveled to him wherever he's playing in the season. Last year was Orlando.
Okay.
Travel with him every month. Go check on him, make sure he's moving well, make sure he's feeling good, keep him playing at a high level, and you work with him during the off season.
There you go.
That's my guy. Up. Yeah,
that's what's up. So throughout this show, we've been going through different questions and throwing in some would you rather's here and there as well. But I like to get a little bit more serious as well because it's very important that we get to the matters that are very important to you fine folks out there as well. So
I don't like where this is going.
So this is another would you rather. I have to throw another funny would you rather, right? Because we talked about being actually before we do the would you rather, my thing is Sutaria means the word tailor. We've confirmed, yes. So let's just say the world is ending tomorrow, right? And by the way, Sohani means beautiful or whatever, right? So I feel like in our genes, I wonder if our ancestors left us some superpowers from our meanings of our names. For example, if the world's ending tomorrow, do you think you'll all somehow have some sort of superpower where you can sew to save the world?
No, I think I married that superpower because my wife is a fashion designer. So
no way.
She does all that, yeah. So we're good on that. We're good. So she's Patel.
Okay.
And turned Sutaria. So took one Patel out of the world because there's way too many of them. Turned her into Sutaria, and then she basically adopted the last name, but then adopted what we mean as well. And she does all the clothing stuff in our family.
That's amazing. That's so it was great that when you guys were getting, I remember when you came on the radio show with me a few months ago, you're describing what it was like to actually, the whole Dwight trip, and the day before you flew out to Dubai, or it may have been, you had a conversation with your wife. Mm-hmm. Remind me of that, if you may.
So, I mean, it was pretty simple. I basically spent, because I was home for one night, right, before going to Dubai. It's an evening flight out, so it was get home probably from Miami or Vegas at 6 p.m., fly out at 7 p.m. the next day. And I reflected, because my life had changed so much, my career had changed so much in that time, that I was up at night. And there's so many, not just trainers, but in any industry, you have people that kind of take steps forward, and it's pretty apparent that they've taken steps forward, right? So they become a little bit more arrogant. It's not confidence, it's arrogance. And I said, I never want to be that guy. And so as I'm about to leave for the airport, I said to Bella, I said, if you ever see this getting to my head, let me know and bring me back down, because I don't want to be that guy that doesn't reach back out to people and help them out. I don't want to, you may have some other aspiring trainer that wants to be in the position that I'm in, asking me for advice to take the steps necessary to get to where I got. And I want to be the guy I'm messaging you back. I'm setting up a phone call with you because I can't train everybody. So I'm not looking at it as competition. I'm looking at myself as a mentor to you, because I didn't get to the position I'm at alone either.
That's what's up. That's big right there. Honestly, not a lot of people our age, I want to say, think that way, and I think it's very important that they start to, if they haven't already.
It's everything, man. Like that's, that's why I take my son with me on some work trips. I invite our athlete clients over to the house so my son can be a part of it, because and I say this all the time. If I don't feel comfortable having you over at my house, with my family, the chances are I'm not training you. Because first and foremost, I need you to be a good person. I need your values and your moral character to line up with what I believe in. Otherwise, we're just not a good fit. Yeah. Money is one thing, but the character that the person stands for means so much more than a dollar bill.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And I think a lot of people forget that because the times have been tough, and in tough times, people make tough decisions and go to tougher directions, and it's not pretty at the outcomes at points. So I wholeheartily agree. Not to go too serious because I love chopping it up, of course. So I got another would you rather question for you. All right, I'm trying. See, this is the best part. These questions, I'm very full frontal, full disclosure. These questions, as a host, you want to prep the guest at all times. But the would you rather's, I always leave it as like a blank. You don't know what's going to happen. So
there's no prep went on here. Yeah.
Here we go. Would you rather randomly time travel plus or minus 20 years, meaning 20 years in the past or 20 years in the future, every time you pass gas, or teleport to a different place on Earth, on land, not water, every time you sneeze? So if you're going to sneeze, you're going to teleport to some random city, state, whatever. Or if you pass gas, you're going to just in a random time zone, like in the year 2000 or the year 2040.
When people watch this that know me,
yep,
you said pass gas, and they're going to laugh their butts off.
Their tails out, yeah.
Just 'cause that's I'm synonymous with that. So I'm going to not time travel 20 years if I pass gas, because I would never be in the current situation. I would never be in the present. I would always be past and future because I passed that gas that much. So I'm going to travel to a different place every time I sneeze because I don't sneeze that much, and I actually don't like traveling that much.
Really?
So I'm a big routine guy. So I'm very I'm a homebody. I chill a lot. Like if I'm not working, I'm at home. And that's it.
So, of the places that you've traveled for work or for fun, what's been the most interesting place that you've traveled in?
Greece.
Greece?
Greece, yeah. So we honeymooned, my wife and I did.
Okay.
Yeah, and we went to Athens. And if you're going to go all the way out to Greece, you got to go to Santorini. That's big blue dome buildings, and we went out there too.
Is that why you mentioned your kiddo's name being Cairo?
Yeah, so Cairo comes from a Greek word name called Kyros, right? So Kyros. And all we did was we took the S off. The word itself means leader or masterful or higher power, right? Okay. So there's a lot of meanings to the word, but we took the S off, changed the enunciation, became Cairo, and make it more Americanized. And he's the first grandchild on either side. So for my in-laws and my parents, they had no grandkids before him. And so it only made sense that he would be the leader of his generation of siblings and cousins.
Were either your in-laws or your family, were they upset that you didn't name him like Prakash Sutaria or like Kush Sutaria or some crazy...
We're not going to talk about that. Yeah, because it was definitely, we definitely went against the grain on it, but that's also our culture, right? We're born in America. He's still, religious. It's not... no disrespect to the culture. It's just a different time.
Straight up. That's what we're talking about. That's the stuff. So, I'm just kind of thrown off guard because these would you rathers are coming up strong. So let's get into this. This is one of the last ones, I'll be honest, because I feel like, we did too much of this extreme level. I'm trying to stay PG-13 and less. So here we go. This is kind of, all right, here we go. Would you rather be balding but fit, or overweight with a full head of hair?
I'm not being overweight. I'm balding and fit. I'm almost there anyways.
Yeah, this is where the camera zoom into both of us. A balding near fit guy and then an overweight guy with a full head of hair. Right? So I got one side, but this is where he... So this is, embarrassing on my part, but it's quite all right. I like to go with the flow.
Can't do it, yeah.
But so is it really scary for a trainer to become, getting close to being fat?
I know plenty of overweight trainers, and I used to be more judgmental about it until I realized that they probably are busy. Number one, listen, if you're an overweight trainer, you are either lazy, extremely lazy, or extremely busy.
Extremely lazy or extremely busy.
There's nothing in between. Like you're either lazy to the point where you don't care to get in shape, right? And that's when I say that you're just doing it for the money, right? Or you're so busy that you literally would not have time to work out except for 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because you're working with clients all day.
Interesting. Wow, look at that. I'm honestly, I didn't start growing my beard as long as it is right now, and this is trimmed, by the way. I met Samir. I'm thinking about all these Sitarias. You have so many Sitarias in my mind. We're gonna go through the Sitarias in just a moment, by the way. But as soon as we did our show a few months ago on radio in Dallas, I know Houston people are like, boo, Dallas. No, Dallas is okay. It's Texas. We're in Texas. Simmer down now, right? So he had a beard, and I'm over here like, man, I got to get on this level because I feel like the confidence you had, I had no other guest that had the level of confidence you had and the cool charisma and everything. So I was like, man, you know what? I think it's a beard. There's something in the beard.
I'm just really good at faking it.
Yeah, you got to fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it.
Oh,
just
my
like
God.
this.
There you go. See, there you go. And it's funny because during the initial setup, our microphones are supposed to be set up on our clothing. His is it's on his beard. It's inside.
Yeah, it's just like my food. I just save it for later.
Same. See, that's what I'm saying. How do you stay skinny or fit being, having a beard? Because you always got something to snack on, right?
You always got something to snack on, but listen, this is the trick. Wake up at 4:30 in the morning, go work out before your first client, and then maybe work out again midday with another client. And then maybe if you're doing a TV show or something, you go work out again at night.
Wow. You're about to work out after the show.
I'll work it out. It's probably 10 o'clock.
But this is such a late night show that, like, how are you able to work out later than 10, 11 p.m.?
Well, if I'm up in the morning with clients, when else am I going to work out?
Wow. That's dedication right there.
That's why you have a gym in your house.
Yes. There you go. This is, millennial planning right here. This is what's up. This is what's up. So I got one more little segment. It's a new segment I just started. Of course, this is a new show, but pretty pumped to start it. All right. This being the pilot show, all right, pilot show. I figured why not
Who gave you this job?
Why not let my South Asian side, my Desi side, be a little bit more free flowing? And one major thing about Desis or brown folks, right, is this thing called panchat. Panchat is like gossip, as they say, right? And so gossip for a lot of people is when they, even the smallest things, like, oh, Jay Sutaria, oh, okay. Are you related to? The next segment is, are you all related? That's right. And then they do a bunch of cool sound effects and boom. All right, so let's go through this list.
Let's go through the list.
So I got a list of folks that I saw on Instagram, and Instagram's like the highlight reel place to go, right? All these Sutarias, I just searched your name, and all these names popped up, and I'm like, I wonder if he's related to them. And I'm like, you know what? Why not make a segment out of it, right?
Why not?
So let's start off. I got one here. You guys can look at the screen as well and see what we're talking about. And Armand Sitaria. So Armand Sitaria, as you can see, he loves his shoes. He's a sneakerhead, really big into shoes. And so I'm curious. Are you related to the sneakerhead?
I want to be. If he's donating shoes, I want to be. I'm not. No, I'm not. I've never heard of him, but I like shoes as well. So that picture makes me a little jealous.
Are you a sneakerhead?
I'm not a sneakerhead per se. I'll wear. I have a lot of shoes. But I feel like a sneakerhead is more like they collect shoes that are not mass produced. I'm not one of them. I'm too cheap to be one of them.
You're too desi to be one of them.
Way too desi to be one of them, yeah.
Growing up, I remember whenever my grandparents were Gujarati.
Yeah.
And so, as a joke, my Gujarati friends were like, man, you're such a Guju. Guju just means like you're just a very... Not really penny pinch, kind of like penny pinching or very...
It's frugal.
Frugal,
right?
Frugal,
Frugal's
very
the
frugal.
word. Yeah, we'll think 10 times before we actually make a purchase. But if it's something that we really want, we know it right away.
So a sneakerhead Gujarati is a very rare Pokemon card, basically, like a holographic Pokemon card.
A holographic card.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You know it. 120 horse. There you go.
I didn't even do Pokemon when I was young. My best friend did that.
Wow. Catfished over here. But so we got another one here, another Sitaria here, Bella Sitaria. Yeah. Oh, it looks like you're getting. Is that you really getting Hadouken?
I probably did something really bad to her right before that picture was taken.
I forget. This is your wife.
This is my wife. So we are related.
Okay.
This is the former Patel that I was telling you guys about. So we are related. This was actually our engagement shoot.
So she did a Hadouken to you, like as in from Super Street Fighter or Street Fighter, where Hadouken, which is a Hadouken.
There's another picture that we have. I don't have it, but there's actually our photographer that took this picture, put the fireball hitting me.
Really, just getting her frustrations
I
out.
definitely did something bad to her before this picture was taken. And she's just taking out all her frustration. This is my wife, by the way, right?
All right.
The former Patel I was telling you about. Probably upset because she's not going to be a Patel anymore. And so she's doing the Hadouken to me. But yeah, this is actually our engagement shoot.
And people who don't know what Hadouken is, it's just basically a Super Street Fighter move from Ken and Ryu and all these folks, Colonel William Guile.
It was back in our day, right? Like that's our generation, Street Fighter and all that. So yeah, that's so we're related.
If that's not love, I don't know what is. So
that's our relationship in a nutshell.
Wow, that's amazing. So we got another one here after Bella. We have a Pia and Tara Sataria. These two beautiful young ladies here. Any relation to these?
No relation to these.
No relation to them?
No relation to them. No.
Yeah, a good answer, because I was like, let me see if this guy gonna slip. Is his wife gonna catch him saying something to me?
Well,
I know this.
Oh,
forget about it.
Not falling into that trap, man.
There you go. And we got one last one, and I actually slipped his name in earlier by accident. He's a buddy of mine out in Dallas. He's a realtor. Samir Sutaria, this guy right here. Are you related to this guy?
No, man, he dresses too nice to be related to me. This is my outfit every day.
You never wear suits?
I don't ever wear suits unless I'm going to the wedding.
Man,
That's it.
If I was signing the big names that you're signing, like Dwight Howard, DJ Augustine, right? I said it? Augustine. DJ Augustine, and all these fine folks, I would be suiting up and just like basically making it like a big ordeal. Like, are we going to sign? Yeah, meet at STF Houston, suit up.
I guess the training world's a little bit different because I just approach in shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice. Man, I gotta get into this flow right here, because the suit vibe and everything is great and all, but I gotta let my hair down a little bit. So at the end of every episode, I like to just kind of relax and let my hair go a little bit free and show that I have some hair, and it's nicely conditioned as well. So we're gonna sign off by doing so right here.
Take care of your hair.
Yeah, there you go. It's all good and stuff. But we want to thank, again, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Jay Sataria from Sataria Training and Fitness. Check out STF Houston on Instagram. And while you're there, check out everything else that he's been working on. And what else? Is there any shout outs you want to give to find folks out there watching?
I mean, all of our clients, because throughout especially in 2020, right? Like, they've kept us in business. We just opened a new gym, and it was a scary time because we opened our gym at the beginning of March and they shut down Houston like March 17th or 18th, something like that, pretty soon thereafter, right? So the clients that kept, rocking with us, and luckily, the city of Houston let us stay open because of the way that we operate, but it kept us in business, it kept us sane, and, as stressful as the time that it was, we made it through, and we're still making it through.
There you go. Perseverance right here. Lifelong stories, journeys. You got to check them out. STF Houston on Instagram. And while you're there, follow yours truly at the Anil Sohani. And of course, if you're there, might as well at NTV Houston as well. For Late Night Vibes on NTV Houston, this is yours truly, Anil Sohani, signing off. Thank you all so much for joining us. And good night. Wait, that's not something I was going to say, but we'll figure something out as an exit, but and sorry to Jay-Z, couldn't make it earlier. Beyonce got the wrong flight information, but we'll get him next time. So cheers, take care, peace.